guys, this is Midweek Expresso with me, Daniel Demant, and
Pierce Connolly. How you doing, guys?
Okay, today's subject is quality over quantity, always.
Always, every time.
Are you doing well, Pierce?
Yeah, perfectly fine. Yeah, just enjoying quarantine, lockdown, as of the time of recording.
Unfortunately, guys, so I do apologise for the quality of my sound, my end. Obviously, Pierce sounds okay. My cable to my microphone is damaged. I've ordered a new one, so fortunately this week the quality's not going to be the same, so I do apologise.
Technical difficulties, it's fine. It's part of the struggle of being in isolation, isn't it? You know, we got to do this over Skype. But let's crack on. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the small joys you can bring to your life, the food you can eat, things you can do on a daily basis.
Meditation. To remember, that Pierce has mentioned, enjoy the small things in life. Not just like necessarily stopping and being present, which is very important because a lot of us are not present these days. But just like things that you enjoyed that you hadn't done for ages. Maybe that thing, say it was, I don't know, doing cartwheels down the hill. Yeah. And you did that for like an hour tops, that'd be a long time. So if it was. No, it's not choose cartwheels. Let's say like, I don't know, play on the piano. So like you normally did it for an hour and maybe you've had a bit of an injury to your back or something's got in the way for stopping you doing that. But if you just do a little bit every day, it still start building up and you start opening up those creativity waves again to enjoy it, and it'll feel good doing it, Exactly.
And, it's all about focusing on what's important rather than focusing on all the little things as well. Like, say, if you're working on loads of projects that you really want to get done, it's all about cutting down, finding the ones that are going to be worth your time at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, it's very important. It's very tough to spin plates. And I think I've been doing that a little bit myself today with my daily things I have to do. And it can feel like life can get on top when you're behind on a few things. But then this tells you that you're obviously doing too much or not doing enough of something else. So you've got to figure out what you're going to simplify down and what are you going to cut out to optimize on something else,
Yeah, I mean, I've had that problem so many times when you really want to start a new project, but you haven't quite finished another project or even started it. So then it all builds up and then it's things that you need to do. But rather than having all those things, it's so much better for you if you just focus on one thing or two things that you really want to do, and then just get started on them. And then you can focus more on them. It's not to say never do those other projects, but put them, in the desk with a lock for now. Yeah,
it's a bit like kind of like banning yourself from certain social media platforms and stuff, isn't it? It's the same sort of thing, like just deal with one that if it's something to do with your business or it's important for you to stay connected to certain people instead of trying to look at, not even just look at every single one, but for most of the social media we're going on, we're just browsing through crap half the time. And then if you on 6 different platforms, you're doing that 6 times over. So
exactly. You lose hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
I mean, even your phone gives you statistics how much time you're on social media, texting, phone calls, and whatever else you would do on your phone.
Yeah.
So it's important to limit down your options, and it's kind of a double-edged sword, that, because these lot of like development courses now online with like Mindspace? It is Mindspace, isn't it? No, Mind Valley.
Mind Valley? Yeah.
And where else is out there? I can't think of right now. They talk a lot about, not just everyone actually, because Gary Vee actually talks about like limit down your options, to target one thing at a time, kind of what we kind of said. And Tony Robbins kind of like says similar things, like write down what's the most priority things and things like that. But then like some of these other people, like entrepreneurs, some of these self-development courses and people like gurus online and that, they say like, you can have it all and still do everything. But I think like, because what's interesting in that, like we're talking about quality over quantity, is that obviously limit down options and targeting one thing at a time, or just have a few things going on. If you have like more than 3 things going on at once, even if it is relative to the subject you're looking into, or whether more projects. It's just like, it's like, I don't know, having if you was a music producer trying to do 3 albums at once, it's impossible to do, you know.
That's my limit. I've found 3 things is when it starts to get a little bit unmanageable.
Yeah, and overwhelming, and like, even though you want to do these things, but you think all the other things that matter in your life are like, and even when you start targeting down, like, I know, nutrition, rest, sleep, exercise, general well-being, connections with other people, people overlook all those things and wonder why everyone's getting depressed and like down and feel isolated. Oh, well, I know we're isolated technically right now. A lot of us are. Some of us lucky, like myself, still to be working, and some people are not. Is that right now, these times, especially where you got reinforced as much, think like, you know, fitness, sleep, nutrition, connection. You know, kind of a bit like Tony Robbins mentioned about the 6 human needs. You know, which I should have really prepared, knowing if I was going to bring that up. But if you look it up, people, Tony Robbins mentioned about the 6 human needs that feels like we're more rounded people. That's very important to have in our lives, you know. Wish I could remember in that, but it'd be basically like human connection, growth,
productivity. Is that?
Thank you.
That's the one.
Couldn't get it out. You know, and connection and stuff like that. And putting yourself on like-minded people. And I don't think that's on this, but you see where I'm going with this. That those are very important things to keep going, you know. So having good nutrition, especially as you can. I know we can dive into each thing of those things. Like, I'll dissect each of those things. I'm talking about exercise, nutrition, sleep, and all that, which we already mentioned in a few episodes already. Especially episode 1 was about sleep. Or episode 2, sorry. Is that even that can be overwhelming in itself, you know, trying to take care of your daily care of things, you know, your daily routines and stuff. But it's just honing in on one thing of that thing, you know, like nutrition. So like, am I eating the right amount of carbs, or what carbs best make me feel good? Like, I discovered in the past couple of days, Rice Krispies and a protein powder in it and a little bit of oats makes me want to work out like nobody's business.
Rice Krispies, wow.
Yeah. So
there you go.
Like last night, had a conversation with a little lady, and that sounds really wrong. I'm not going to mention her name, you know, keep it a secret to the listeners. But afterwards, like, I had a bowl of Rice Krispies with protein powder and some oats and some nuts, and I had this overall energy, like, I need to work out. So I ended up doing a chest and tricep workout at like 9 o'clock at night, and one I didn't sleep right afterwards because I was still full of energy. So I broke that rule about don't work out 4 hours before bed, but I just had to do something. So but so
it's all about the quality of the food as well, isn't it, more than just the amount of food? But
I never realised how much iron is in I think it's 4 to 6 grams of iron and 30 to 40 grams of serving of Rice Krispies. And that's so easy to eat. I mean, I could have had 3 bowls of that. Because when you put the milk in, even though you put the powder in, you put some nuts to weigh it down a bit and all that, it's very light. It's very easy to simple. So make sure you don't eat loads of it, because it is about 25 grams per serving of carbs. So, you know, if you all man up, you know, you have about 100 grams of carbs before you know you keep piling too much in. But the point being is that when it comes to carbs, like, say you look at you're trying to assess your own nutrition, you go, okay, I'm going to make a 2-day diet plan or something, so I'm going to eat. Even if you repeat that one plan for 2 or 3 days, and then you do day 2 plan because you might be busy running jobs or traveling, what have you. But where you think you're struggling, sort of, you know, you're doing all right. The other areas, just trying to highlight where you struggle, where you think you can optimize somewhere else. And when you feel like you've got that balance, then you can go into another area in your nutrition. That's what I mean by, like, you know, sleep, putting your best foot forward, although, you know, sleep, rest, nutrition, exercise, well-being, and human connection. But then pick one thing from that and work on those things. Otherwise, nutrition alone, trying to tackle, get the right amount of fats, what quality fats, what's your omega-3 to 6 ratio? Are you having too much starch? Salt consumption? You know,
for some people, it's so hard to keep track of as well. All of that, as we said, you know, 3 things. it's going to be crazy to try and keep track of all of that. But there's apps out there on that NHS website that will help you with that sort of thing, and really, make you more productive in your food management. But it's more than just that. As you said, sleep's a big part of it. And I think you were saying that it wasn't the amount of sleep you were getting, it was the quality of sleep that was impacting your rest of your day, wasn't it?
Yeah, sorry. I was facing the mic.
Because I think you said you only needed 6 hours, was it? You worked it out.
I'll tell you what, I don't know still. I just find that what I have discovered, having caffeine late in the day, not later as in after 2 o'clock is the rule of thumb, like you get out at, 6 or 7. I realise that in the first couple of hours, I go, I'm very parched for coffee. Yeah. If I do, I have decaf and then have the caffeine one at 11 or something. Okay. I don't necessarily also have it before training or something. I don't feel like it necessarily gives me that extra boost of energy.
Because that's a common thing, isn't it? People will have a coffee before a workout.
Yeah. I mean, if you really are struggling, like in the morning or before you work out, sure, have some caffeine and or Rice Krispies and protein powder to get the things get your energy going. What was the question, Piers? I've forgotten. Sorry.
So you only needed 6 hours of sleep, didn't you? You worked it out.
Oh yeah, 6 hours sleep. But I think what it is, I realise I sleep for about 4 hours flat. That wake up, and then it's the last 2 hours. My sleep's quite broken, so maybe 4 hours. I hope not, because that can't be. But I still under examination.
Yeah, still under. We'll check in later with that.
Yeah.
Another topic I wanted to touch on in terms of quantity versus quality is surrounding yourself with the right people as well. So. Say you're going to a networking event or something, and you're trying to grow your social circles. It's not about It's
difficult. It's quite difficult to do it this time, obviously.
Yeah. We're in lockdown. Yeah, but you can do it online to some extent. But it's all about. It's not about getting as many people's contact as possible, growing your social circle. It's about finding the people that will help you get to where you want to be. And sort of, ensure that you'll stay grounded and make the right decisions and stuff. So it's not about the more people you know. It's about the quality of the people that you know.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, if you're contacting people that are already established and you want to do something similar in their field or what they do and stuff. Yeah. Obviously, you can't just keep badgering them all the time. But if they got that in your free webinars, questionnaires, show up. Obviously, for those things, make your name and your face seen, and eventually, you never know when those relationships can build up. And it's hard, like when you find someone. I don't know. One of the best trainers in the world is saying he's doing some free, webinar or Q&A, and it's quite an intimate. It might be only like 20 people or something, and then you ask questions within it, and when you obviously off the conference calls or the Q&A. You keep contact, but obviously you got to try and, in some ways, give a reason why you're contacting them, and sort of not to say give them a question and then go, thanks very much, see you later. Trying to you want to get to know them as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that whole quantity over numbers, again, growing a social circle, doesn't just apply to networking or anything like that. It applies to friendships as well, because there's no point having toxic people around you. You want people that are going to help you make the right decisions, help you
definitely
grow.
Lift you up.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to put yourself around people that encourage you, uplift you, and make you want to be a better person. Also, so that could be in it. That could be like a good friend. No matter when you talk to him, it's always a laugh. It's always something funny. Right? So that's something, And also, not that I'm just going to go hang out with this person because it makes me laugh, but also they're quite supportive as well. And then, say a career you're trying to pick up or something you want to pursue, make sure that person really inspires you to keep following them.
Exactly.
And it's that rule. I don't know if you're going to know this phrase, and again, I don't plan on to mention this today, was that, put yourself around the 5 best people or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like kind of like someone's on the way up on the same level as you, someone knows something more than you.
Yeah.
And I can't remember, it's something like that, isn't it? Something like...
Yeah, I guess that's good for in terms of growing your sort of business connections.
Right.
Maybe friendships as well, but it's not it's an interesting way of looking at it.
So one thing I wanted to really mention today as well is about I just realised I didn't stop the time again. Just did. One thing I want to mention today, that we just sort of touched on food a little bit there earlier on. We mentioned a little bit small things in life, enjoys, to try and remember to do things that you enjoyed doing. Yeah. I mentioned like playing music or listening to music or making music. It has to all be music. It could be anything. It could be craft work, painting, whatever it is. But meditation is something now. It's only now that it's something that I don't feel like I've got to force in. It's something separate going on over something up on point. I realise it's an audio recording. Something else going separate for me. It's now part of like my training, or part of like how I'm going to eat. It's not that I'll fit this in here. One thing I don't know, because I don't do it at the same time. The only time I do it roughly around the same time when I'm working. I finish at 11 o'clock. So between 11 and 12,
That's interesting, because I'd find it really hard to actually concentrate on that. And I know you're the type of person who would as well. So that's interesting.
Concentrate what? Having a fixed time to do it?
Yeah, and actually, taking the time to sit through it.
Oh, I thought you meant like making things a bit rigid, which is one thing. Like I need structure, but I don't need too much structure. I still don't know. I'm still figuring out, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about meditation. Is that no, I've used Headspace before, and that is very good. But I didn't get on with it as much. I don't know if it is what I was going through in my life as much. I still will see in meditation is like, but like this in general, just break away from meditation for a minute. So any practice now is like, people are like, I want to do yoga, but they have to travel an hour away to do it. And therefore now 3 hours out of your day, that now makes it stressful. You start resenting that thing. Yeah,
it's more of a chore.
Or people like saying, get up at 4 o'clock because it's better. No, but why? Well, why are you going to get up? Is there a reason to do it? Or, I know, intermittent fasting, for example. I mean, I do it now and again, but I only do it now when I feel like doing it. But if I'm being honest, I'm looking better eating 3 or 4 times a day. When I say 3 or 4 times a day, I'm eating 3 meals, maybe 1 snack. Sometimes I have to snack with one of the meals because I'm hungry, so I'm going to have it now. And sometimes it works, So there are a lot of things out there, like with health and nutrition, including obviously meditation is part of health, and other things. Again, about quality over quantity, and that sort of being overloaded with information of how to be a better version of yourself. It's now making it very confusing. But bringing it back to confusing where to start and getting overwhelmed, obviously. Yeah. But with the meditation. As a thing to bring into your life, it's like something. If we was taught as kids, it wouldn't be alien. We'd just do it, like when babies are babies, they squat down perfectly fine. They've got great mobility, and people are trying to now get their mobility back where they've forgotten it. And it's just about environment again, is that if you sit for too long, your hips and muscles adjust to that, and your bone structure adjusts to that. And so that's why I try and stand out as much as I can, especially when you have that afternoon slump and you can't get outside for whatever reason. Yeah. Edge off, or if you're not really feeling that awake start of the day anyway, you think, okay, I need to do this, so I'm going to be more productive at this time, so I'll do this. So when I feel tired, I can do more active things like work out, or maybe you are working standing up, but it ain't so admin-y.
Absolutely, yeah.
But with the meditation, which I'm trying to get to, the Calm app, sorry, that's what I've been using, and I think it's amazing. And I'm doing this 30-day course to better meditation.
Because there's loads of stuff on there, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, when you first sign up, I ask what you mainly want to focus on, and I'm not doing all the other stuff. I've done like 7 days to better happiness. 7 days to practice gratitude, whatever one. And then you also have like a daily one. I think the idea is that they do advise only make sure you meditate every day, 10 minutes to 15 minutes. I think it is some of the audios on it. and you have an extra bonus one if you feel like you want to do more.
Yeah.
But every single one, it's all guided. I mean, essentially, meditation is just breathing, but it's where like I actually look forward to doing it. I want to do it. I actually want to do more than actually training, believe it or not.
That's actually really interesting. I guess if you use something like that and you have a positive result, you're then more likely to see it in a positive light and not as much of a chore, but rather something that you really, really want to do.
Don't get me wrong, like even people like, say for example, people that trained in the gyms for years or exercise for years, I don't want to say gyms, but just naturally train and work out. They say like 5 out of 10, they don't want to do it, So relaying that to meditation is not about I don't want to do it, but as in the quality of the meditation. They feel like you got what you wanted to get out of it. It doesn't always not be focused all the time. It's not. So it's
not. Yeah, if you're not in the mood for it, don't do it because you won't get the best result out of it. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm actually trying to say like actually sometimes when you are a bit worked out, it's sometimes the best time to do it actually.
Oh, right.
You might want there might be a more like just a general breathing one you can do instead of like the 30 days better meditation. Course that I'm doing on the app.
Yeah. Oh, so it actually trains you how to do it better.
Do it better, yeah, basically.
Wow.
But I'm saying that I'm not saying once you're worked up to meditate. It's not like the only time I would say maybe depends what kind of meditation you're doing. I mean, the idea of the 30 days I'm doing is little cues like I don't know, like for example, if you someone that's quite anxious anyway, or especially at the moment where you are quite worked up, you need to relax and stop yourself from ruminating in your mind or something's happened. And if you're gonna, I would suggest driving along doing this, but if you stop somewhere and you're gonna going to meditate, is the 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. Everything's 4 seconds. So breathe in 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, breathe out 4 seconds, hold out at the end.
So that's a lot easier than 10 seconds. That's what all the instructors do, isn't it? 10 seconds. No, 4 seconds is a lot more manageable.
Well, it's different one. It's like 4 in and 2 out and different ratio. But that one in particular is to help anxiety. And actually that one I didn't actually get taught on the 30 Days to Better Meditation. There was the gratitude one. Actually, I learned a different instructor, the female instructor with a very sexy voice.
It's actually really interesting because whenever I try and do some sort of class or something like that, I always get really stressed out and don't enjoy it because of the way that the instructor tells you how to breathe.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's true though, because people are still going to think that meditation's not for me and I don't want to do it and all that. And I'm not saying it's the only thing. I just know that it's working for me right now, and it's great to do. And also, not in just on the courses on there, the different meditations you can do. There's like soundscapes on there. So if you just want to relax and you're not meditating, you're just chilling, and you can't be out. Especially at the moment, you can't always be out. We're only meant to go out for once. Is it still like an hour a day or whatever it is now?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. People are doing that. Yeah, right. Following the rules all the time. So that today it's raining, but actually it's sunny now. I think the weather's very confusing. No wonder the UK is confused. The weather's confused.
Oh, it's always confusing, isn't it?
Is that it's got some nice soundscapes, and so if you wanted something like I'm in the woods or something, you can put that on and just relax and maybe have a nap, or just think, I'm going to do a bit of just breathing meditation, or don't call it meditation. I'm just going to do some relaxation breathing techniques, or just breathe in, even if you do 2 in and 2 out, or but I think if you go, but in terms of when you are meditating, to actually meditate is trying to do it standing or sitting. I think laying down is a recipe for disaster to go to sleep, and that's fine if that's what was the initial goal, to relax, like say at bedtime, to relax to go to sleep. But if you're trying to be conscious of your staying conscious and present that you're meditating, then do it sitting up. And I can't really advise what time of day is better. Everyone's different. I mean, I've done it like a couple of hours being up. I've gone out for a walk. I thought, it's nice and sunny right now. I'm going to do my walk or my workout now. So I might go somewhere, do the meditation, then work out, or walk and meditate. Then I've done it after work and stuff. It all depends. There's no rule when I think is the perfect time, really. The only thing I'm aware of that if I'm really super tired, it may not be the best time to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Calm, great app, basically.
Brilliant. Should we talk about a few things that you could do just to sort of make you enjoy the quality of your day a little bit better? Like going out for a walk or...
well, going back to what I was saying about like what's important to you, like... getting out. Well, basic things like getting outside is important as much as you can, especially like over the course of the day, you've been outside for an hour, if that's possible. I know people go, I'm working in the office and doing that. Yeah, and it's difficult. If that's the case, get a light box. I said, if you've got a house that's got lots of windows, try and put your work, if you're working from home, put yourself near a window that's got a lot of sunshine, so at least you get in the daylight that way if you can't physically get out. You know?
And again, that also just, obviously, if you take time out of your work day to sort of improve your mood a little bit, it will make your work better though, because it will be that quality of work rather than the quantity. You know, you don't want to end up doing loads of work and it's a little bit, it's a little bit rubbish. It's not the best you can do. But then if you take 5 minutes out to, go for a walk, maybe even down the high street or something, and then you come back, you've got a bit of fresh air, you're relaxed, and then your quality of work will seriously improve.
I think with everything you do, if you're trying to reschedule your life, plan out things, it's not about having the perfect method or plan for whatever you're doing. It's about trying to make some sort of new approach, but have some leeway. So every day is different, and at the moment, like people might time the day's walk, but the weather's going to be bright and sunny, and if so, we did it in the afternoon. They go, well, I might do it in the morning because of the weather, It's about having routine, but yet be flexible, and that's with every day. And I think what people forget. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm still learning every day how the best way to be the best version of myself I possibly can be, and I'm still, progressing on that, And
absolutely,
I don't think there will ever be an end point. The end point is death, as we know. That's the end point.
That's true.
But it is hard. It's not easy. It's not easy, but it's fine. What you mentioned about getting outside or whatever it may be, is just finding things out. I mean, try and do the basic things that are good for you. But if you don't enjoy it, try and figure out a way you can integrate something else to make it enjoyable. Like exercise. Like, not everyone should be going to the gym and lifting weights if that's not what you enjoy in terms of your exercise.
Don't do it,
And find another alternative.
Maybe go for a walk.
I mean, the basic things is no matter what exercise you're doing, if it's yoga and things like that, it's like they're fine, but everyone should be trying to get their heart rate moderately working at least 3 to 5 times a week. 3 times at a minimum, 5 times maximum.
You'd be surprised how easy it is as well.
Yeah, I mean, like, you don't have to run. You don't have to just do it for walking. I mean, walking is the easiest thing to do, like a power-ish walk. When I say ish, because it's not like a full-blown power walk. And the amount of times you should do it, like I said, 3 to 5 times a week, and all you have to do is half hour each time. You can split it over to 3 10 minutes or 2 15s or 1 full half an hour. It's up to you how you do it. Obviously, you can develop on that, but I think people remember to get their heart healthy as well as their own mobility and their general physical health as well.
Absolutely.
But anyway, how you get that in, it's not like, this guy said to do it this way and that's the only way to do it. It's always options. It's just scary and overwhelming finding out what is the option. I think it's to start doing it and discover your way along the way. Absolutely.
I think that's quite a nice way to round off the episode at that point. So just to remind you guys, it's all about the quantity over the quality every time. Don't be afraid to take 5 minutes out of your day to improve the quality of your work, even though it means you may be doing less work. Don't overload yourself with a load of projects or jobs that you've agreed to that you might not be able to do, and just look after yourself.
Yeah, definitely. So quality over quantity always. So remember, guys, comment below, share your thoughts, let us know anything else you want us to cover and coming up for series 2, because this is series 1.
Yeah.
Any links that we mentioned will be in the description below. If, like, for example, Piers mentioned about the NHS advice on, was it nutrition?
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll post that in, copy that in the description. Thanks for listening. I hope you've enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.
remember, guys, you can follow us on social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we're all there at Midweek Expresso. Thank you, guys. See you next time.
See you next time.